This episode of the Punch It Chewie podcast is brought to you by me, my ass, and Bella from, again, Punch It Chewie Press. We got some new art dropping this Saturday at 9 a.m. PST. This specific one is going to be our Coruscant Guard Phase 2 clone inspired pin. And we're very, very excited about that. Like you guys know, we do our weekly pin drops every Saturday at 9 a.m. PST, so don't miss out.
The holidays are right around the corner, and I know how stressful it can be trying to shop for the nerd in your life, especially when it feels like they already have everything. And that's why I love Heroes and Villains so much. I love working with them because they make really cool fandom merch for brands like Star Wars, Marvel, and DC, and everything they make is really unique and really high quality. So if you want to check it out, you can use my code BELLA for 20% off at heroesandvillains.com.
We are extremely excited to announce that you can now join our monthly Patreon Enamel Pin Club for free. That's right, you can join for free, and now free patrons get a bunch of fun stuff that we've been preparing for you guys. So you get a high quality digital wallpaper every month for your phone, your tablet, your computer. We're also doing a coloring page every month. And we've also added voting power to the free patron benefits. So before, only our paid members had access to voting power for the in order to vote for the following month's design. But now our free patrons get to do that as well. So please go ahead and check it out at patreon.com/punchitchewiepodcast for more information. And yeah, we'll see you guys there.
Strike's over.
All right. The strike is over! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Punch It Chewie podcast. The strike is finally and officially over.
Thank the maker.
Thank the maker. No, seriously. Thank you. And congratulations to everybody that won an incredible deal.
Yeah.
And truly a stride forward in the industry.
Yeah.
So
really for creatives everywhere.
Yes, honestly, yeah.
Set a
Creatives everywhere.
For yeah.
Exactly.
So.
No. It's we're very, very happy, very excited. I mean, we've seen how happy. I mean, just people have been across the board.
Yeah.
Right. And fans alike, and content creators and artists and creators, like,
and even
everybody's
the cast and crew of
recent
you can Star Wars projects have been like,
you can tell
they're like, I missed you guys, I wanted to talk about the show.
well,
and
yeah,
I
mean, like, we
so.
spent the entire Ahsoka show it's
such a shame,
came and went,
yeah,
and we couldn't talk about it. So
it was 4 months long, the strike,
118 days of strike.
Crazy. But strikes work.
I mean, there you go. They
work.
Look. Star Wars is there for a fucking reason. Learn from it.
Yeah.
Right?
The little guy can win.
Yeah, exactly. If history shows us anything, if Star Wars shows us anything.
Yeah. Facts.
Fuck the Empire, right?
Fuck the Empire.
Fuck the Empire. All right. Let's go ahead and open up the episode and we can get started. But yeah, if you guys want to learn more about what happened and how pretty much the deal and all the details that went down with the deal that was made that pretty much closed out these strikes, definitely go ahead and visit the SAG-AFTRA official site and everything where you can get all of those details.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and start the show.
Do it.
We have it's been a while. We have a bunch of fucking shit backed up. But here we go.
We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Ultraman.
We both missed.
They did him kind of dirty.
Yeah, they
Like,
did.
they were like, oh, it's a nod to you. But it was kind of like a wah.
Because it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's the Wish version of Spider-Man. No, he looked cool. He looked cool.
Yeah. No, he's just one of the skins from Spider-Man 2. What the fuck is up? What is up?
What's up?
Hello. Oh my god.
I am like kind of
In shock?
in shock. I'm in a strange state because everyone here knows. Well, maybe you don't because we haven't really been able to talk about what we usually talk about. But I am a die-hard Anakin Skywalker fan and Hayden fan, and not talking.
Really?
Yeah, and not talking about him and the Ahsoka series for 4 months.
You were getting withdrawals, huh?
I was. Like, I was still talking about it, like, with him, right? Like, I wasn't, like... But, like, I'm used to screaming on the internet about Anakin.
Yeah.
And I couldn't for 4 months.
No,
so
it's
really,
going
to be bad.
It really sucked. It really sucked.
Yeah.
But holy shit. Like, I can't believe it. We're here. We fucking did it. And thank you, everybody, for, like, you know... writing through this with us.
Yeah.
You know, like it completely changed our show, and honestly for the better.
Yeah.
Right? Like we learned to pivot and like talk about other shit and like have fun without needing to talk about, you know, certain things, which obviously we still missed but it was fun also getting to you know, explore a different side of us, I guess, and and what we can do with the show.
Yeah.
And also like I don't know. It was
kind of challenged us.
Kind of it did. It was a little challenging, but I'm grateful that it is over and that it went the way it should have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That everybody got what they deserve.
Yes.
That's what was important. That's what mattered, and
we're complaining about not being able to talk about it, but like that's nothing compared to people losing their jobs and their livelihoods and stuff. Yeah.
Of course, yes, but also we make a living off of making fan art of Star Wars, so this directly affected us as well.
Yeah, no, I did.
You know, so it's good to see things are back.
Yeah.
To you know, we can move forward, right?
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what comes of this new era, right? Of again, the industry and filmmaking and storytelling, right? Because it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anyone really talk about this, but just the fact that like these artists are now gonna feel a lot just like they're gonna have more time and energy to focus on the art and not focus on all the like, you know,
well that's the whole
all the BS, right? They can get back to doing what they love and focusing on that. Right?
Well, I don't know if I should bring this up now, but it was kind of like in the topic, but I found this and I saved it because
I pay attention to how much it costs, but at the same time I get to do the things that I want to do without somebody arbitrarily coming in and saying, no, you can't do that. Problem is the studio executives. The problem is that the studios used to be owned by people who cared about the movies. Now they're corporations. They don't love movies. They don't go to movies. They don't know what a movie is. And they do focus groups to try to determine who will go see a movie.
And Hollywood does that.
And Hollywood does that. And they try to change the story to fit what they think what the polling results are. And you can't do that. That's not the way you make movies, because it is not a business. You know, it's an art form.
We know how to make movies. The studios change everything all the time, and unfortunately, they don't have any imagination, and they don't have any talent.
When I make a movie, I pay attention to how...
I mean, he's speaking from experience.
No, So I think this specifically was posted like right after everything was over, but I mean, this interview is from what, early 2000s?
Yeah.
And that was then. You know?
Yeah.
So that kind of goes to fucking like show how bad it really got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have been at that, we were at that point for a long time where it's like, I think the majority had lost sight of like, no, film is supposed to be an art form.
Yeah.
Because it is an art form.
It's art.
It is art.
Film is
The
art.
fucking the
theater is art.
The credits that you see at the beginning of a movie and at the end of a movie, it's not just for the fucking clout.
Yeah.
They're signing their work.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're signing their work. The casting, like just one aspect, right? Think of the casting. You know how fucking hard it is, how impressive it is to cast a film right?
Yeah.
Or a show,
Yeah.
right?
Makes all the difference.
Like we just watched the Many Saints of Newark.
Yeah.
Right? So that's if you guys don't know what the fuck that is, it's the Sopranos prequel movie.
Yeah.
And we hadn't watched it, even though we watched the entirety of The Sopranos, and absolutely loved it. It's one of our favorite shows of all fucking time.
Yeah.
Incredible. We're already watching it again. We just finished season 2. We're already on season 3, but we watched it once all the way through, and then we were like, okay, we got to watch the movie. But the problem was the movie came out like right as we were finishing the show. We had like a season or 2 left.
Yeah.
So we ignored it.
Yeah. We didn't want to.
We didn't want spoilers. And guess what? It fucking spoils it.
Yeah.
It spoils
the
it.
opening scene
Yeah.
spoils the entire show.
Yeah. The entire show. Like the fucking how the show ends, it spoils
Yeah.
it. First scene. And Chuck was like, it doesn't spoil it.
Yeah.
It doesn't spoil anything. What do you mean that
one thing?
The
what do you
biggest
mean?
part of the show.
The one thing.
Is
the biggest part of the show.
The biggest part of the show.
Just close your ears.
You haven't even finished the
Oh
show.
my
Close your
God.
ears.
What do you mean?
Close your ears.
Okay, but did you tell us that when you were
I haven't
like,
even seen
doesn't-
it.
where you're like, oh, it doesn't spoil anything except that one thing at the beginning, but just close your eyes and your ears at the beginning, and then you can watch the rest of the movie. You didn't say that.
Well.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, in conclusion, we would have killed Chuck
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we watched the movie before we finished the show. So, anyway, I digress. What I was trying to say is we watched Many Saints of Newark, and as fans of the show,
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how, especially after watching it, after we finished it, right? I can't tell you how impressive it was to see pretty much every character that was cast. Not just, I thought the movie was going to be insane just because it was, my God. I'm brain farting on
His son?
Tony's name.
Oh.
Yeah, the actor.
Gandolfini?
Michael.
Yeah,
Gandolfini.
Gandolfini.
James.
James? No.
The dad?
Look it
James
up.
is,
Solo.
James is. The dad is James.
James.
The son is Michael, I think.
Okay.
Gandolfini.
Anyway, this is horrible. I'm having a horrible brain fart, and nobody else around me can remember. And Silva takes forever to Google. But anyway, I thought it was gonna be crazy just because it was Gandolfini's son playing him, his younger self of
Yeah.
that character.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that alone is gonna make the movie insanely cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, and
Yeah.
it was everything and more. But also, everyone that was cast for each character, my God,
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was the casting alone was perfect. Like they all, you could tell that they were they all not like grew up with the show, but like they watched the show.
They studied.
They were fans
the
of the
work.
show, and
Yeah.
they studied the characters that they were playing because the mannerisms, the tone of voice, the fucking
Yeah.
the shit they would say. You know,
Yeah.
obviously there's writers who write the dialogue and stuff, but the actors are the ones there improvising these mannerisms.
There's behind the
these-
scenes
Yeah.
for the movie for each of like the returning characters from the
Yeah.
show, on like the actors being like talking about how they
Yeah.
studied the
See,
actor and everything. Like, yo,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
see,
really
I
funny.
I haven't seen any of that, but like you can. That's what I'm saying is like you can tell they really put that work
Yeah.
into it,
And they
right?
weren't trying to be like, I'm trying to make it like
my
my
version.
character, my version
Yeah.
of no.
'Cause
They're
guess
like,
fucking
this
what?
is who the character is, so I'm gonna play.
Because guess
it.
fucking what? Is not your fucking character. It's already
Yeah.
been played, so it's like
Yeah.
you know they understood the assignment. It's like no. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm doing Polly like Polly.
Yeah.
Right. I'm doing Silvio like Silvio.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
no, it was impressive.
It was very, very impressive. So that's what I mean. Like, every part of making a film is an art in its own way.
Yeah,
right.
Like it takes a lot of people.
It does
to make a film.
It does, and people I don't know. People forget sometimes.
Yeah, people just think about the two main characters.
Yeah.
And those actors, and oh my God, they're dating, and that's as far as it goes. It's like, no, there's like at least 1,000 people on the payroll for this one movie.
No, yeah. So, exactly, that's what I'm talking about. And if you have not watched The Sopranos, fucking watch it.
Yes,
it's so good. And then watch the movie.
Yeah.
Don't watch the movie first.
Yeah, you gotta watch the show.
Watch the show, then watch the prequel movie, and then watch the show again. And then it's a completely different show.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right. Anyway. All right, guys. Let's. We have a lot ahead of us. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We were debating whether we should talk about, do a rewatch every week of the Ahsoka show. But I think we're just going to get it all out. There's so much to talk about, so much to go over, because this Ahsoka was incredible.
Yeah.
Ahsoka was absolutely phenomenal. So many moments, like just memorable moments like this show is going to be special. I mean, it is special, but like it's going to hold up.
Yeah.
And it's going to have that special place in everybody's heart because of what it did, you know? So
there are a lot of huge moments for the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
for
the saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah. So we're not going to do like a recap or like a play-by-play because, no. You guys know the show. We're going to talk about spoilers. So if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about spoilers. Yeah. So if you haven't watched it, fucking skip ahead, look at the time cards, or, come back later.
Yeah, come back. But I really enjoyed this show. I think it still blows my mind as a Clone Wars fan that we got a live action Ahsoka show. Yeah. Like not just her and Mandalorian, but like she got her own show that is pretty much season 5 of Rebels.
Yeah.
And continues the story, and Ahsoka, other than Anakin, we've seen the most of her life. We've seen her as a baby, we've seen her as a Padawan, on and on and on, and now she's pretty much Ahsoka the White. So she's
a fucking grand wizard.
Right? She's kind of at the top of her game. And it's been really special to watch, like to grow up with her, right? Like especially as a girl, Ahsoka is one of those characters that she didn't need to say I'm a girl. She didn't need to, like, she just was a badass, you know? Like she just led.
She was a snippy little shit, the in the movie and the first couple seasons of Clone Wars, which, that's the fucking point.
Yes.
But and she got humbled.
Yeah.
So many fucking times.
Yeah.
Like we saw her actually fucking trudge through all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just like.
Yeah. It's been a long journey. It's been a long time coming. And I loved just like overall, I want to talk about overall, and then we can kind of jump into like our favorite moments. Yeah. But just overall, I loved the kind of themes that we saw reoccurring. There's a lot of like witchcraft throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
With the Dathomiri witches was really, really cool.
Really cool.
Seeing like their dark magic. And then like the trio of witches that were working with Elsbeth, and obviously just the overlining theme of fate, which is in every single Star Wars show, but kind of that being reinforced, and then a lot of like Shakespearean stuff, which was cool, which also adds to like the medieval time period. And what I think stood out the most was Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati's outfits, like their costumes. I love the medieval influence
very
on that, and like I loved their dynamic. I feel like Baylan is a very interesting villain because he almost doesn't feel like a villain.
Well, you're kind of rooting for those are the most interesting ones,
right? And we're like, who is this guy? He's so mysterious. Was he a Jedi? Was he a Sith?
Who is he?
Yeah, right. Who is he? Like, he says he knows Anakin, but like, did he really? So I love that like mystery of him and their dynamic. And honestly, just seeing seeing a lot of well, everyone except Zeb, I guess.
Yeah, we
but
pretty much
seeing the Rebels crew finally all together again of all these years apart with
Yeah.
Ezra gone and presumed dead.
Yeah.
So to see those characters brought into live action, I think they did a really good job. Especially with Ezra. I really liked
Ezra was perfect.
his
Again,
casting.
casting.
Yeah.
Casting is the fucking key.
Yeah.
So good.
He really brought that energy and kind of wackiness, I guess. Like
Yeah, because Ezra's a silly fucking guy. And
he's like kind
he
of
was
like
also-
Spider-Man. He's
yeah.
got that same kind of like
Yeah.
witty like
yeah, he's a little shit.
yeah, like a
He's
little shit. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. And
also people this is what I thought was funny is like when he was back, right?
Yeah.
People were like, why is he like making jokes why is he still like what the fuck do you mean?
like did you watch Rebels?
Did you? Yeah. First of all, did you watch Rebels? And if your argument is, well, he was like fucking like 13 or 14, whatever, when he,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, and he disappeared from the galaxy and has been
Yeah.
alone since then.
What's funny is the alternative is that he's just like super depressed and like a hermit and doesn't talk to anyone and is afraid of sunlight. Like
Like he was in war before.
he can still be a funny guy. He can still have a sense of humor.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What?
No, you described another character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, bro was in war before. Now he's just chilling with a bunch of turtle guys and like.
Right?
Dude, yeah, they're
moving all the
vibing.
time.
It's,
Like,
it's
they're fucking vibing,
peaceful.
yeah.
It's not ideal,
Yeah.
He can make jokes. Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Let
He's
him make
healed.
fucking jokes. He's coping. He's been alone for fucking how long?
Right? He could have like a volleyball that he's talking to, but he looks pretty sane.
Exactly, and he's not. He's not. Oh my god. No, yeah, I absolutely loved Ezra. Iman Esfandi was incredible. Fucking Sabine too.
Yeah.
Incredible casting.
Yeah.
Since the moment they announced her at Celebration, like I was like, this is gonna be such a good fit.
Yeah.
And finally seeing her in costume, seeing her with her hair short, seeing her fucking kick ass and her like her tude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she got it down.
Yeah.
She got it down. No, it was incredible. It was the casting alone was
Yeah.
amazing. But all right, where the fuck are we?
So, I want to talk about the Anakin stuff, obviously.
Anakin stuff.
But okay, this was the biggest part
Shocker.
of the show. Not, I know I'm biased, but it was. The world between worlds with Anakin.
Oh.
His final lesson
Yeah.
for Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Because, as we know, Ahsoka does not finish her training, right?
Yeah.
So she leaves the Jedi Temple and the Jedi Order. Before she can finish her training, Order 66 happens, and Anakin trains her to the best of his ability, right? But she's nowhere near done.
Yeah.
So I think I can't remember if this was like episode 4 or 5. But we see Ahsoka kind of, so she gets pushed off
think
the
it's
cliff.
3 or 4. I think it's 3. No, it happens pretty
Yeah.
early on. Yeah.
Okay, so she's fighting Balin, right? For the star map.
Yeah.
And she like is defeated.
Which, by the way, can we just fucking point out the star map was literally the fucking treasure planet map,
yeah, it was.
and you can't
That's
say
so
it's
true.
not. That was literally the treasure planet map, and the way she was like,
Crossover
like a
confirmed.
Rubik's
Yeah,
cube. Yeah.
and then the way it fucking
Opens
and it's surrounding
Yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
it's really cool. And
Yeah.
let me just say, that's my favorite movie ever. Ever.
Yeah. So Ahsoka gets like pushed off this cliff, right? Falls into the water. We I don't know, not assume she dies, but we're worried. We're like, what's going on?
I mean, everyone assumes she dies, but if you think she was obviously alive.
Yeah. So she kind of awakens in the world between worlds and turns around and she sees Anakin, right?
Yeah.
And she cannot believe it. And it's funny because, like, also as the viewer, you're like, you also can't believe it. You're like, oh my God, it's Anakin and this is happening. And we've, like, the Clone Wars people, like, all Star Wars fans, but, like, the Clone Wars fans have been waiting for Anakin and Ahsoka's reunion and redemption, right?
Like as Anakin and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Not as Vader and Ahsoka.
No.
Like
yeah,
we got
yeah,
that,
yeah. We
and it
saw
was
that.
glorious.
We saw that, and it was.
But
it hurt so
heart-wrenching.
good. It hurt so good.
Gut-wrenching? No, broke our hearts. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But we've always wanted, the peace.
Yeah,
right?
closure.
We want closure
Goddamn.
and them making up, right?
Yeah.
So Anakin decides to teach her final lesson. And we get a whole duel of Ahsoka versus Anakin, and then Ahsoka versus Vader. And you can see Anakin's choreography from like the Revenge of the Sith era.
It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful.
It is a beautiful duel. Like they did such a good job of, the duel itself, but also the dialogue and them going back and forth was really moving. And then we got the fucking Clone Wars live action.
Yeah. Flashbacks.
That was crazy.
It was insane.
That was fucking crazy.
Insane.
That was so cool. Like, it was beautiful.
No,
it was so
it was.
well done. I love the way they kept it. Like, it's pretty short and sweet,
It is.
And
I want more.
yeah, right. Of course, I want more, but I feel like, just seeing Ahsoka, seeing how young she is. I feel like in animation, a lot of people don't realize she's 14.
I think Dave and everybody that put these scenes together were very smart in showing her at the Siege of Mandalore and showing her obviously at that age.
Yeah.
Right? Because she is that age.
Yeah.
And she is that young. And that's what makes the story so impactful, because they're child soldiers.
Yes.
Like they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they're being put on the forefront of this war that they did not create.
Yeah.
And
they were not trained for. They were trained to be keepers of the peace.
Exactly. And also people like to fucking pretend that she's like fucking 21.
No, she's 14 at the beginning of the war, 17 at the Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah.
So still a child.
Yeah.
But just it was crazy. I loved the young Ahsoka actress. She did such a good job.
She did. She
with
really
her
did.
mannerisms and even like the way she spoke.
Yeah.
I feel like she really got her like cadence.
Yeah.
And then seeing Hayden in the Clone Wars armor, I have waited so long.
Yeah.
So long, and like they nailed it. Like his hair.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. They did such a good job. And then we got not just phase 1, but phase 2 Rex, which was really, really cool.
Phase 1 was cooler. But...
He was more excited for phase 1. But just seeing Clone Wars live action was so cool. And the way that they ended that scene where Anakin's running into battle with the clone troopers, then it flashes and it turns into Vader running into battle with the stormtroopers. Peak cinema.
I don't think it changed it. Did it change the stormtroopers?
Yes.
I didn't see that. I just saw Vader.
Yeah. It's the ATTE walkers, and then it changes it to AT-ATs, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the whole battle. You didn't notice that?
No, I just saw Vader.
You were like, huh?
Yeah.
We'll rewatch it. It's
Okay.
it's really good.
All right.
So yeah, obviously that whole thing was so cool. But this final lesson, I think, is one of the most profound lessons we've heard in Star Wars, of this, like, you are more than the bad things you've done, right?
Yeah, you're more than that, because I'm more than that.
Yeah. So Ahsoka has, like, pretty much since Order 66, she's been dealing with survivor's guilt. She's been dealing with feeling like maybe she could have prevented Anakin from falling, or she could have done more. She could have helped more people, right? It's very traumatic, right? Everything she went through. And as she's taking on a Padawan with Sabine and, teaching other people, she has this immense fear of passing on the bad things that her master did to her Padawan, right?
Yeah.
And she has to accept that you're more than the bad things you've done.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, you're still responsible for those things,
Yeah.
But it's never too late to change.
To do the right thing.
It's never too late to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And that is Star Wars at its core. That is Anakin's redemption.
Yeah.
Right? So for Ahsoka for that to be her final lesson from Anakin, where he says, like, you are more than the bad things I've done because I'm more than the bad things I've done, right? Yeah. It's about legacy and about keeping hopeful, right? No matter how bad things may seem, there's still hope for the future because every day is a new chance to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was like the perfect way to kind of close this chapter, right? We've gotten in the past 5 years, we've gotten Clone Wars season 7, we've gotten Bad Batch, we've gotten the Kenobi show, now we've got the Ahsoka series, the Tales of the Jedi. We've had so much stuff surrounding the Clone Wars era, right? And I feel like this really, and not that it's over, but like this really made it feel full circle, kind of the story they've been telling from different projects.
Yeah.
I think it really came together like in a culmination here that was like really beautiful and really like poignant.
Yeah. No. I think it was a great use of the point in time that we're in the timeline.
Yeah.
A great use of the characters and like the story. Like it wasn't forced.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it was it was necessary for the characters.
Yeah.
Right? For the closure of these two characters, because because they leave us with that cliffhanger, right, where when they show him in the world between worlds, and it's like, and she's like happy to see him, and then immediately it cuts, and then you hear Vader's song, Vader's theme playing.
That was intense.
Which it's like, that's exactly, I feel like everybody's reaction was like, oh, it's Anakin, and then it's like, oh shit, are they gonna talk about that?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
The Death Star size elephant in the room.
Exactly. Is that what this is about? Right. Yeah. And then honestly, that was a big like task, right? To try to cover so much. But I love the way of the kind of like, oh my gosh, what is it? The Ghost of Christmas Past. That kind of vibe of like, okay, we're going back in the past, and you're gonna watch this again. We'll experience it again, right? Because she's not just watching it happen; she's there. I feel like that was a really cool like storytelling technique, right? To put us back in there and have and
giving us fucking actual physical clone trooper armor.
Yes,
you know
that's
what I mean?
another huge thing. Yeah, we've never had.
Phase 1 or Phase 2.
Yeah, live action. They've always been CGI.
Well, I guess the Phase 2 we saw in the flashbacks
Andor.
of in Andor, and in the flashbacks of Kenobi, the Order 66 flashback, or
right.
Mando.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Order.
But those were Phase 2, right?
Phase 2, yeah, but Phase 1 we've never had.
Seen Phase 1.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool like. From the costuming side of everything.
Another thing we forgot to mention that was our first duel between two females.
Yeah.
Lightsaber duel.
Yeah.
On screen.
Yeah, Shin and Sabine.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
It was a really good fight, really good fucking scene. Everyone was like, "Is she dead?" And
right? Or like Sabine got stabbed. Okay. I'm so glad they gave us 2 episodes at the premiere, though, because if they just gave us one and Sabine gets stabbed and we have to wait a week, people would have rioted.
People would have been so pissed.
But yeah, I love their dynamic too.
Yeah.
Like they're both Padawans trying to kind of make their mark, right?
Yeah, they're both trying to impress their masters.
Exactly. But they're both like, they keep going off the rails of what their masters are telling them to do.
Yeah.
So it's like I any duality in Star Wars, obviously, I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, shit. Yeah. No, I loved those first few scenes of Shin too, where it was literally the Darth Maul scene with the probe droid and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was such a cool fucking
Just like
scene.
up on the mountain.
No, and we didn't even mention the opening crawl, but the opening crawl. At the the first episode,
how they set up the show.
It's another chapter of the saga.
Right. I loved it.
Fucking loved it. Because see, this is look. I'm not throwing any fucking shade. That's not what I'm doing. But all I'm saying is before we got the sequels, the Thrawn trilogy was always what people said that has to be the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Right? The Thrawn trilogy was always like if we get a sequel trilogy, it's got to be the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah.
And for fucking Dave to put an opening crawl as he's starting our canon Thrawn trilogy,
Yeah.
that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I just want to say that was really nice.
We appreciated that.
We appreciated that.
But yeah, let's talk about Hayden's return, right? So
Yeah, I thought we talked about that for 30 minutes already, but
what I mean is we got, again, every time Hayden returns to this role, we really get to see him bridge further the character of Anakin and Vader, right?
yeah.
And I think every time he returns to the role, he brings something new. And that duel with Ahsoka and Vader, where like it's cutting in between Anakin and Vader, it's really driving home that he is the same person.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's crazy watching him go so quickly from playing Anakin to playing Vader. It's impressive. It's
impressive. It's very impressive.
And he really knows these characters, and it really shows.
His acting was impeccable. In the prequels too.
Yeah, since day one.
Damn it. God. No. But in the show, it was incredible. Just seeing him like channel it again.
Yeah.
Just seeing him be Anakin and Vader.
Yeah. And honestly, seeing like within the Clone Wars flashback, right, we have Matt Lanter's performance as Anakin in the animated series.
Yeah.
But I feel like Hayden did a really good job of pulling in elements from Matt's portrayal and mixing them with what he did in the live action stuff before.
Well, Hayden also did his homework.
Yeah,
he watched all of the Clone Wars. So it's like he knows
Rebels.
And Rebels.
Yeah.
So it's like, I also don't think he was just watching it. It's he's Anakin.
Yeah.
He's studying and he's learning. Oh, this is their relationship. This is how close they are. This is, what they've been through together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it you could tell again, like how we were talking about the Many Saints in Newark. It was that same deal with like Hayden, because it's like Hayden has played this. Hayden is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He is the OG, and he's played that character before, but he didn't play Clone Wars Anakin. Right. He didn't know all of that.
Yeah.
Right. And he may have known some of the things that happened during the Clone Wars from during that time, and like the Republic comics and like the micro series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's very different, and it's very cool, and we get so much great content and Clone Wars stories in those in both of those things. But Ahsoka wasn't in either of them.
No.
And there wasn't a lot of like there's very different lessons and moments that Anakin goes through in the Clone Wars show series.
Yeah.
And like those comics and stuff like that. It's like that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like he may have gotten some stuff. It was very, very different.
So yeah, love Hayden. He did an amazing job.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the Thrawn? I mean, let's talk about like pretty much the ending, right? So
Thrawn's a bad motherfucker.
Right.
He's so fucking cool.
He's such a good villain.
And for the people that are like, he didn't do anything, that's fucking right. He didn't have to. He didn't fucking have to lift a finger. That's how good he is.
That's good leadership.
That's good leadership. You fucking delegate and you fucking it's tactical. Yeah. It's tactical, and he's a fucking genius.
And he's already planned out.
He's not gonna come out with a fucking red bandana on his goddamn head and holding two freaking like M8. He's not. It's fucking Thrawn. He's there to be like, okay, they're gonna come through here, and we gotta fuck their shit up right here. Yeah, and we gotta be ready over here with this shit, because I know that this bitch is gonna try to do this because I knew her master, and he would have done that shit.
And she does.
I mean? And she does. It's exactly what she did. It's exactly what she played into his shit, and he's like, nah.
Yeah, right. We also got undead troopers.
Okay, why do you just waltz into this shit? Why are you just gonna waltz into undead troopers? It's a fucking monumental moment that we get fucking something from the EU.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially death troopers,
Right.
actual death troopers. Okay, not
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like zombie troopers.
Yeah,
undead
not
troopers.
Rogue One. We're talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I
zombies.
did appreciate it, like hella the fact that they gave us obviously the regular stormtrooper armor zombie troopers,
Yeah.
and then the death trooper that they renamed the death trooper as an actual zombie trooper / death trooper.
yeah,
that was good. That was so fun. That was a meta moment.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah.
So that was incredible. I was screaming the entire scene.
Oh, it was
just screaming.
It was such a fun watch.
It was no, yeah, it
was
blew
so
my mind.
cool. And
It
then the
blew my
way
mind.
that like the Dathomiri witches are also a part of bringing them back, and how they're like they're
Yeah.
bound in like the red cloth.
Yeah.
And then we have I always forget his name, Enoch.
Yeah, Captain Enoch.
So Captain Enoch with his like really iconic mask.
He was sick as fuck.
And the I don't know what the name is. It's a Japanese word where like when they fix broken pottery with like
the shit they did with like Kylo's helmet. And stuff,
it makes it more beautiful than before.
more beautiful.
I don't know, just all the aesthetic stuff about them was really cool.
like
the costume design.
like I wasn't upset. Like not usually. It's not like I'm always upset. I'm not upset.
I hate everything they
I
make.
fucking hate all of it. Okay, no, no. Like usually, if it's something that's coming into canon from the EU, I'm just happy to be getting it.
Yeah.
Right. But you also hope for accuracy.
Of course.
Right. So typically, like people are upset about it, right? Like if it's not 100% accurate. But the way that they did these undead troopers, like again with the cracks and the wraps of the red like Dathomiri witch outfits, like I think that those were the absolute perfect touches.
Yeah.
Like it changed what we now picture when we think death troopers or undead troopers, because we used to think just regular stormtroopers just dead, right? But see, like they're so much cool. Not so much cooler, but I mean, they're
it's
fucking
something they brought
it's
something
different.
new to it.
Yeah, exactly. They added to something that's already sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And made it cooler.
Yeah, and
So-
there can still be those other undead troopers.
Well,
It's
I
like-
mean, there's the fucking virus. You know what I mean? Like it can still be canon. Bring it into canon. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was incredible. Like I lost my shit. To be fucking fair, as soon as we saw them, I knew. Not trying to flex, or like but
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna be something.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Can we talk about Balin standing on the Mortis God statue?
Oh yeah. Like that.
I
quick,
was screaming at the
super
TV.
not important thing at all.
Screaming at the TV.
Yeah, no, it was.
That was so cool.
So I know a lot of people. Okay, I think it's very possible that this is, and this is not my idea whatsoever, but it makes sense that he could be in search of Abeloth.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just fucking regurgitating. Okay, you fucking shut up and listen. Right, Abeloth. So there was the father, the son, and the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just quick history lesson here.
Yeah.
There's the father, the son, and the daughter that we see in the Clone Wars, and then the statues that we see Balin on. But what we don't know, and she was introduced in the books, is that there was also a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she was immortal. She was a mortal.
Yeah.
Before, but and she used to pretty much take care of the son and the daughter, and she was there with the Mortis gods, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she loved them so much that she was like, well, I'm gonna die one day because I'm mortal.
Yeah.
But I love them, and like I want to be with them forever, right? So she like takes a little dip in like, not a little dip. She fully submerges herself in this like pool of I forget what they're called. It's like this fucking pool that like gives you like eternal life, and then this fountain of knowledge or some shit that like makes you know everything. But she like did it too much of each, and then it turned her into like this cosmic horror, this monster that just fucking eats entire like planets and fucking. It just eats everything, right?
Yeah.
And
heroin's a hell of a drug, dude.
Yeah.
Shit fucks you up. Like,
exactly.
Oh my god.
So she turns into this fucking beast, and then because she was a threat to all of life everywhere, the Mortis gods decide that they have to lock her away.
Yeah.
So they lock her away. And in the original timeline, she gets out, and like in the books that she's introduced in, she gets out because I forget why. I think the Emperor had something to do with it, or like the Empire had something to do with it. That once they were gone, that's why she was able to get out. I forget. Look it up. But she gets out, and then like that's the conflict for those books, right?
Yeah.
But I totally see where they're like, they could totally be going that direction with this story.
Yeah.
If Balin is following this trail set by the Mortis gods, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it could totally be pointing to that's where she's,
Yeah.
locked.
She's calling to him.
Yeah.
Through the cosmos.
Yeah.
And she's gonna convince him to release her.
Exactly.
But
Promising him
whatever
him
he
power,
wants, power,
whatever, yeah.
glory, money, influence.
Yeah.
But as soon as she gets out,
As
soon as she gets out, she's in charge.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to see where that goes.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's my only fucking theory, right? I don't know what the fuck else he could be up to. I mean, unless you have a theory.
I agree with what you were saying. Do we know? So we know that the daughter dies in the Clone Wars, and her force is kind of
It's
put
like
into Ahsoka.
In Ahsoka, but then also like
Kinda
Morai
not.
is like her spiritual
protector. So like, is Ahsoka technically the daughter now?
No, because then she'd be the daughter, but like I think she's in there somehow.
Okay, because that's the only thing is I'm like,
I don't
how
know.
else?
I don't think it's very clear right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe Ahsoka. So maybe he does go and break her out, and then Ahsoka has to be one of the people that puts her back in like her prison.
Yeah, with Luke. Fuck.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Right? Because like, who else?
Yeah. No, yeah, of course.
Who else?
Yeah.
The kids that Luke is teaching aren't gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, then,
They're
yeah.
not
We'll.
old
I mean,
enough
we'll
to-
fucking see. Anything could happen because they're
Yeah.
now. We didn't even mention this. They're in another galaxy.
Yes.
They're in another galaxy. So, what better way to hide this cosmic horror and defend? In order to defend the galaxy that they were in, than to lock her away in another galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that galaxy is now in danger, but
Right. Oops.
it's not our galaxy.
It's not our problem.
It's not our problem. That's you.
But yeah, I'm excited to see where that storyline goes. Still really sad, obviously, that the actor passed. Ray.
Yeah.
He did such a phenomenal job with this character, and I only wish that he could have seen Ray, like the response.
Yeah, Ray did an incredible job.
Yeah.
I think Balin and Balin specifically has been one of the most well-received characters in like Star Wars history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know anyone that didn't like the character.
And his story is I can't wait to see. Like, I'm heartbroken because it's like, if only he could have seen. I mean, he sees it, right?
Yeah.
Wherever he's seeing it. But everyone loved him. Everyone was excited for his character. Everyone loved his character, and now everyone's excited to see where that character is going.
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? Who knows what'll happen with that part of the story? Maybe we'll get it in animation. Maybe
maybe in Tales of the Jedi.
Maybe in Tales of the Jedi. Yeah, that could be cool.
Right.
But who knows how heavy of a plot point that was. You know what I mean?
That's the only thing.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Fucking thank you. Seriously, it was incredible.
It's so good.
All right. Well, what else do we got?
Let's just talk about the final scene, right?
Oh yeah. Fucking. We cried. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. So
cried.
Sabine, at the end of the show, Sabine and Ahsoka are back together, and they're kind of like, seems like they're maybe finishing up dinner or something. Like it's kind of the night.
Late in the night.
Late in the night, winding down.
And she's like.
And Sabine like thinks she sees something. Or like
She
hears
feels
something. She feels
She's
something.
Like, something is here.
She's like, kind of like, we're not alone, but like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And she's like, Ahsoka's like, what's up? She's like, oh, nothing. It's just like a glimmer in the night or something. I'm
Shadows in the
that.
starlight.
Shadows
what
in the
a
starlight.
Fake fucking
Whatever.
fan.
I don't have it all memorized. But so Sabine kind of like walks off, and it cuts to that it was Anakin's Force ghost, and that he's watching over Ahsoka and Sabine and their new journey, right?
Yeah, in a new galaxy,
dude,
a new world.
Right, that.
It was beautiful.
And the music and everything, I was crying so hard, like, it was so good.
It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful ending.
Art.
Beautiful ending.
Art.
I'm a little like me because
here we go.
Because Anakin is in his Revenge of the Sith robes.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't crazy about at first, but Ahsoka never saw him in those robes. So that's
She never saw him not in those robes.
Yeah, sorry. Ahsoka never saw him in his like Return of the Jedi robes.
Yeah.
So that's my headcanon explanation.
Yeah. And if your response is, well, neither did Luke, then Luke never saw him as Anakin at all.
Yeah.
And those robes are the only Jedi robes he's ever seen because Obi-Wan and Yoda are the only fucking Jedi he's ever seen / met.
And Jedi are supposed to wear light-colored robes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So that was my only complaint, but it's okay. And now
fucking
we just
now
I just have 2 cosplays of Force Ghost Anakin, so I can wear the Ahsoka version, or I can wear the Return of the Jedi version. But yeah, I'm
the nerd.
I have Nightfall Anakin. I have Vader. I have Revenge of the Sith Anakin.
Yeah.
Can you tell I like him?
No.
Anyways, I'm so glad we were finally able to talk about this, because this is honestly one of my favorite Star Wars projects. Like, it was so good. It was so emotional. I wish we could have experienced it with the fandom as the episodes were airing. That's the only thing that really sucked.
Because we're also glancing over a lot.
Yeah, we didn't talk about everything. That was
this isn't even including our debates about certain shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And we'll revisit this, obviously, now that we can talk about Star Wars again.
Well, actually, you guys go ahead and let us know in the comments below, or shoot us an email at punchitchewiepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what questions you have for us, what we thought about certain things.
Yeah, we want to know what you guys think.
Because we have thoughts. We have the answers for your questions. But again, there's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot
and
to
we didn't
want
to do an entire episode just of
word vomit.
But we'll touch on it more as we go on. Yeah. But let us know what you guys thought of Ahsoka, of what was your favorite episode, moment of the show, and so on, because it was beautiful. It was an incredible show. We had so much fun with it, and we're glad we can fucking talk about it.
That was the 2004 club hit, Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg in the key of D flat major. In this evergreen masterpiece, Dogg encourages women worldwide to lower their tail feathers or derrieres to a floor level and undulate them when pimps are within the residence. In this catchy tune, Snoop makes known his sheer disdain for the popo, referring to them as pigs, which were animals seen as muddy, poo-poo oriented, soiled creatures before their extinction roughly 200 years ago. USA Today called the hit
Where did you
Rizzle,
find this?
Frizzle, a mirakizzle,
TikTok.
be-tizzle, in the industrizzle. Unfortunately, the meaning of this has since been lost in translation. This segment was brought to you by Big O, keeping us all oxygen supplied since 2252. I'm Concordia Shawarma McGraw, and you're listening to NPR.
Wow, that was
Bruh.
amazing.
So for those of you listening, that was NPR in the year 2563.
Wow.
I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
Like thinking about
Yeah.
how people of the future will see what we do now.
Well, because I think about that shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like all the time. I'm like, yo, the shit I'm doing right now, like the videos we're posting, or like the shit I'm making, like this is gonna be out there longer than we're alive.
Have you,
You know what I mean?
have you also thought about how, like, once the civilization is gone, all of the stuff that was digital, no one will be able to find?
Oh yeah.
Like we find art on like caves because the caves are still there.
Yeah.
They've been there for thousands and
Yeah.
years. But like an iPhone that's been run over
Yeah.
and underwater for 3,000 years is not gonna give you any
I
information
mean,
off
unless
of it.
it's 2563 and you have a undestroy your iPhone machine.
It's already in your brain.
And it's on, you just like touch it and it transfers all that data.
Yeah, who
to
knows what the technology is
to
going to
your,
be like then.
Elon Musk brain chip.
Dude, I don't like that. Have you guys seen that? Yeah. It
All right.
just makes me nervous.
Would you do it, Silva?
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
remove
Yeah,
a
that's what I
part
mean.
of your skull.
You
Bro, you're telling
immediately-
me I can memorize the whole library of magic cards and just like that?
He would subject himself to Order 66 just for magic.
to human trials just for magic.
True.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Look at
the
him.
technology
Look at him.
side,
He's a fucking degenerate. Look at him.
like the
High quality degenerate.
the medical side of it is very interesting, right? Because they're saying that it's supposed to.
What? You sell yourself for cardboard and you just called yourself high quality.
Hey,
You're like a Dune supercomputer guy.
don't hate me because you ain't me, bro.
Shut the fuck
Oh
up.
my god.
Okay, real quick. Show us your box again. This was what, last week when we made him show it?
I think, or 2 weeks.
Hold your thought.
Yeah.
With what you were just talking about. I want people to see his fucking.
Show the people that you've
Show what
been
you
no
did.
lifing.
Show what you did. Show them that we were right to chastise you in public.
Just one.
Look at that. This is a week.
A week later.
A week later.
How
The
many
fuck is wrong
decks
with
is
you, bro?
that?
There was like three. There was like 2.5 decks last time we
3,
checked.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
10.
You had 3 last week.
These 4 decks could have been like 7 months of rent.
Probably.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, it's
Yeah, no.
just cards. It's
just cards,
man.
bro.
Just cardboard, dude.
Yeah.
Silva.
Yeah.
Do you think he's obsessed?
Y'all think?
Addicted.
I'm addicted.
I'm at this point. I'm just waiting to see where he ends up. You know what I mean?
Spare
He's gonna be
cards.
sleeping on our
Spare
couch. That's where he's gonna
Yeah.
end up. We're gonna be taking care of his ass.
No, he's gonna make himself a little house of cards with those, and he's
Oh, my little
Yeah.
shack.
Little
So you can
shack.
look
all
at them
he'll
every night.
I'll make sure my fine china is made out of shiny hollows.
gonna. Oh yeah.
My god.
Oh,
I
my
got
God.
visitors.
Jesus, you have a problem, bro. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, your body. So, so like, do it. But.
Y'all were wrong for that.
All right, continue with what you were saying.
With the chip, I was saying that, like, from a medical standpoint, it's amazing, right? That they're talking about
Yeah.
it can help with Parkinson's, with
spinal injuries.
yeah, like these injuries that we haven't had a lot of, like
we don't have the capabilities to like fix
Yes.
right now.
yes that's
like
what-
paralysis
paralysis and stuff like that, and I think even like dementia and things like that, like brain related.
Theoretically, that it's supposed to help.
This is supposed to be able to help. But
I don't trust Elon, bro.
But the fact that the richest person on the planet will have a device implanted into like the everyday person.
Yeah.
If someone were able to hack into that,
yeah,
that's what scares
Didn't
me.
people already hack into Twitter?
Scares me.
Very much. Have you guys seen the movie Elysium?
I don't think so.
Matt Damon. It kind of has that same vibe. They all had implants, and someone was like rogue and getting paid to go to rich people. Yeah, and the premise with that was some, I guess, a ragtag team or whatever would do side jobs, trying to intercept rich people or important people, and steal the data from their heads.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
That's cool.
Yeah, I recommend it.
So like edge runners.
Kind of.
Yeah, have you ever seen Revenge of the Sith?
Nah, you mentioned
it's coming back to me. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the craziest part of this is like when we watched these movies, like the prequels as a kid, right? It's like we thought that technology was like thousands of years out, right? But it's like it's been less than 20 years since that movie came out.
Yeah.
And this is currently a discussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, no, it's great. Well, they I really like this saying in general, but it was brought up in Loki.
Yeah.
Which was, it's all science fiction until it's science fact.
Yeah.
Which is weird / crazy / really cool. For example, seeing like fucking Hacksmith making lightsabers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like still lightsabers are theoretically impossible.
Yeah.
But there you go. He made a fucking proto saber. Like what they actually were supposed to be like in at least in Legends, when they like the earliest version of a lightsaber was a proto saber, and it had a pack and it was connected to it, and like those early days of the Jedi, that's what they used.
Do you think we'll see that in the Dawn of the Jedi movie?
Fuck yeah, we will. Fuck yeah, we should. We really should.
That would be really cool.
Fuck yeah. No, okay. That has been the project that I've been like dying to talk about the most.
Yeah.
Because I still can't believe we're getting it. I still can't believe that is one of my favorite comic book series of all of all time.
Deep cut shit.
Deep
like
the
people
deepest
don't even
cut.
know it exists.
The deepest cut. I was freaking out with Mando season 2 when they introduced Tython and they were mentioning the Rakatans in fucking Andor.
I remember you were so excited and everyone was just like crickets. Like,
nobody gave a fuck.
What is this guy fucking talking about?
No one gave a fuck. Let's just be fucking real here. No one gave a shit, and they were like Rakatans, like in Knights of the Old Republic. I'm like, yeah, but also the Dawn of the Jedi. That's where we really see them be fucking assholes. You know what I mean? Like
ricotta, like the cheese.
Yeah, like the fucking cheese. They're cheese people, my guy.
They talk.
They talk with their hands. No. It's such a cool story to dive into.
Yeah.
And for us to be getting a freaking movie by, first of all, James Mangold is an incredible person to give this project to.
Yeah.
Like, I am so excited for it. And the way that he's approaching it as like he wants it to be like kind of like a creation story epic.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking wild for Star Wars.
It's a really cool world to kind of play around in for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Especially because this is at the beginning of the timeline. So creatively, he can get away with a lot more. He doesn't have to, there is continuity, but to an extent. Not like how if you jumped into between episode 5 and 6, what you'd have to keep up with.
Look, I'm going to say it right now. I was saying, I love those comics.
Yeah.
Love them. They're some of my they're just some of my favorite fucking stories.
Yeah.
Like, in period. And I know we're not going to get those same characters and the same story. It's not going to be the same. But I'm good with at least getting the story either set or having Tython being a part of the story.
Yeah.
Right? if we're seeing Tython and we're seeing the origins of the Jedi and we're seeing how they had to balance the living force on the planet itself to the point where if it was out of whack, too dark or too light, that the planet itself would like cause natural disasters and like, you know, it forced them to be like, no, it's both light and dark, not just light, not just dark, it's both.
That's another huge thing, right? Because that's kind of, that is a theme running throughout all of Star Wars, right? Is that the Jedi want there to be only Jedi and the Sith want there to be only Sith, but in order to have balance, you have to have both.
Yeah, you have to and that exactly, and that's why I love that story so much, is because you get a look at the Jedi when they were at their roots, right? At their core beliefs.
Like they're still figuring out what the Force even is.
Yeah, they're still figuring it out, but they know that they must they can't ignore one side.
Yeah.
You know, they have to maintain a balance.
You have to master both.
Because that is what Tython, the planet itself, teaches them. Yeah. Because if the Force is out of whack on the planet, it'll destroy itself. It'll die, right? But if they're doing their part and keeping that balance within them, right? That is what heals the planet, and it keeps the planet beautiful and thriving. And yes, there's darkness, but there's also light. There's both. And I feel like, especially right now, the point we're in like the fandom, like the time that we're living right now, we've gotten Tales of the Jedi. We've gotten, so much content right now that has kind of been driving that nail further in of the Jedi were flawed once we get to like
towards
those 100 years of before episode 3, right? Episode 3 and back, right? Those 100 years of the Jedi Order that just
they
lost their way. They became too involved with politics, too involved with too involved with like keeping their power and their seat that they had in society,
their influence.
Right? Their influence. It's like it's not about that. It's about doing the right thing and protecting the people that you're there to protect.
Being peacekeepers.
Being peacekeepers, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a very important story that is told because we get to see that. We get to see the Jedi again at the core values of what they are supposed to believe.
Yeah.
Right? And how they're supposed to approach the
like
the
what
Force.
their focus
exactly
is.
How they're supposed to approach the Force, not just for the Force but for themselves, right?
Yeah.
Because if they completely alienate certain feelings and thoughts that they have that they can't shut off, like Anakin, that's what happens.
I think that's also what's so interesting about it being Mace who fights Palpatine, and who, like, that's who Anakin has to choose between, right? Is Mace, saving Mace or saving Palpatine?
Yeah.
Because Mace has a purple lightsaber.
Yeah.
And the Jedi who wield a purple lightsaber are known for pulling from both the light and the dark and finding a balance in that, not being afraid of the dark side, but understanding it and acknowledging it, and then being confident in what you know. So the irony of Anakin killing someone who could have taught him that balance is even more substantial. And no one ever talks about that. I've never heard anyone ever say that.
I just honestly think just not a lot of people think about it like that, which is fine. It's just like,
there's a lot of levels to it,
but yeah, it's an incredible point in the timeline that I'm excited to dive into. Yeah. That I think, and honestly, I think you should go read the comics if you haven't. Go read the comics. Go buy a trade paperback. Check them out on Amazon or go to your local comic shop, because they are some incredible stories that I think would be really good to have like on the back burner when watching, the Dawn of the Jedi. Movie, right?
Yeah,
because that's coming up, and again, they've already brought in so much from those comics into canon.
Yeah,
like
a lot of Mando stuff.
A lot of even Ahsoka stuff. Yeah. Like it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Goddamn, there's so much stuff, and now
But there's
I'm like,
too much.
there's
to
too
talk
much
about.
stuff to talk about.
We're too excited.
But yeah, shit. I don't know. My God.
Yeah, I'm just excited to be able to talk about Star Wars with everyone again, because like obviously we can talk to each other all day long about Star Wars, but I really miss during the strike just like talking to the community, right?
Yeah.
Talking to everyone and like seeing what they thought of something, because I love like talking to other people and when they notice something that I didn't notice or a way of looking at things differently. Like I think that's what makes the fandom so fun, right?
Yeah.
Is the dialogue and being excited about the same things. Like if you find someone who's just as excited,
Yeah.
you know, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited that we're finally back to that,
We are.
and we get to all be nerds again.
Speaking of upcoming projects that we're extremely excited for, we need to talk about the Avatar show,
Yeah.
the Netflix one.
Yeah.
My God, did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Chuck?
I have not actually.
No?
Really?
No.
Dude, it's
Dude.
so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Again, casting.
Yes.
Yes.
Important.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God, just seeing these kids in they nailed it. They nailed it. Like I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see their performances. I love, and we mentioned we were talking about this when we watched the trailer, that I love that Aang is actually like he looks like a little kid.
Yeah.
Right.
He actually
'Cause
looks
he is.
10 years old.
He actually looks 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so cool. Momo looks amazing. Fucking Appa looks
Appa.
amazing.
Yeah. And seeing the kingdoms, like the cities and everything, and like live action
Yeah.
was beautiful.
So accurate.
Yeah.
So accurate. Speaking of casting and shit, so there was, I saved it right here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The full cast. Yeah.
Dude,
so
Aang is perfect.
Aang is perfect. Katara, Sokka, Zuko looked amazing in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like look at all of it. Freaking Iroh.
Iroh's
Iroh was
perfect.
perfect.
That's so good.
I cannot wait to see Paul. You know he's gonna nail this
Yeah.
character. You
Oh,
know he's
yeah.
gonna nail it.
It's the guy from Mando, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Paul Sung Hyung, Carson Teva. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Azula, I didn't see her in the trailer. I think I missed her.
I think it's very brief.
Very brief. I guess I just
Yeah.
didn't realize it was her. But Ty Lee, like her friends, freaking Ozai.
Yeah.
Forget his name, but he
Dr.
was in
Han.
Lost. You used to
yeah.
love him from Lost.
Yeah.
Dr. Han.
From The Good Doctor.
We didn't watch The Good Doctor.
Don't.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
No, this lineup is so good.
Hell yeah. Roku was the Firebender avatar, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think.
That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be really cool. Suki.
Suki was really good.
Yes,
The casting.
I can't wait to see her. Fucking, I didn't see this, but Boomy's gonna be in
Oh.
it. Fucking Boomy's in it.
My God.
There's another Kyoshi.
This is gonna be. Yes.
Yeah, it's the freaking cabbage merchant. Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, all these
The cast was
characters.
good.
Yeah, the
I'm
cast
just
is
trying not to
perfect.
hype myself up too much. If it's good, it's good. But
Hey,
it's not,
Yeah.
then
I'm just
like,
saying. I'm just
I'm out.
saying. It looks good.
Monkey Atso.
I'm just saying. It looks good, and
Smeller
and
Bee.
they did a great job with One Piece.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
They did
that's
a
what I
great
was
job
saying,
with
is
One
One
Piece.
Piece was like pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Hey.
What?
That shit was good.
So it was pretty good.
Okay. All right.
So it was
I
pretty
just
good.
don't like your tone, bro. I just don't
Listen,
like
bro.
your
Listen, bro.
Brothers fight.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
God.
tone. He fucking ruined it. He fucking ruined
He
it.
literally-
He always fucking.
Bully him.
Look at that.
Here we go again.
job. All right. The freaking owl.
Yes.
That's gonna be cool. Aang's friend. Freaking George Takei is in it. Oh, the freaking demon thing.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
Oh
That's gonna be
my.
cool, actually. Creepy.
I love him.
Jet. Duke. Smeller Bee. Longshot. These kids. Dude, if this is just for season 1, how much of the show are they covering?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
These are a lot of
If
characters.
it does good, then
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
There should be 3 seasons because that's
Yeah, at least.
Not just because there's 3 seasons of the animated story, but the story is written as 3 parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yes, but all I'm saying is they've only announced season 1.
Okay.
And this is everyone in the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
What my question is how much are they covering in season 1?
Yeah.
Season 1.
Shut the fuck up. I'm just saying. There's characters in here from season 3.
Yeah.
Maybe they introduce people
they're gonna
earlier
add,
on.
maybe just a bit more context or shit that needed a whole episode to explain.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, because they can't include everything.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is all these characters are not from season 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's characters here from season 2, season 3.
I don't know.
So
we'll see.
I'm saying I'm excited to see.
I'm really excited for this. Do we know when it's coming out? They just said next year.
I think we did get a date for this one. Where is it?
I think it just said 2024.
Coming 2024.
2024 is next year. You can't give us a month.
Come on. Yeah,
not even next year.
I think Netflix might have posted it.
Say summer.
That one literally just says 2024, but I know they did give us.
At least we know it's 2024.
At least we know. Didn't a bunch of Marvel stuff get delayed?
Oh yeah.
Everything got
delayed. It's going downhill right now over there.
But they announced it right after the strikes ended.
And everyone's shit talking Marvels and then praising Loki. I haven't finished Loki.
I thought Marvel's people were talking good about.
Liked it.
People are saying it's good, and then people are also being I fucking hated it.
So it's split.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Is it a Last Jedi situation?
I think so, maybe.
So.
You
but
either love
not
it or
as
hate
serious,
it.
but because no one cares enough to be mad about it, but they're also just I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think there wasn't enough.
Comic book Twitter is kind of
you take it with a grain of salt. Oh.
February 22nd, 2024.
So that's around the corner.
There
February,
we go. Fuck yeah, dude. Look at these screenshots.
Oh my god.
Look at them. Iroh and Zuko look amazing.
Look so good.
Look at her.
Oh my god.
I can't wait for the choreography.
I
feel like it's going to be
Yeah, the choreography is going to be great.
Oh, I'm so excited.
They look so good. They look so freaking good. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, but
let's manifest.
Manifestation, no breathing, don't give a fuck. What else did they fucking announce? Oh, this freaking movie.
They announced a lot of
Can I just be a fucking geek for just a second?
Just a second.
There's a new. Okay, we're watching it. There's a new Ultraman movie.
His first at bat, right fielder Ken Sato.
Is for messing up my game. Not good.
Retrieve the package. Yes, sir.
Ken, she thinks you are her mother.
Hi. Oh, crap. Come to, Daddy. Oh. I mean, stop there, beast.
That looks so
That looks
good.
really cool.
Dude, the animation. Yeah. The animation is beautiful. All right. Yeah, so if I don't know if I've mentioned, have I talked about Ultraman on the show?
I don't think so.
All right, real quick. We're running out of time here, but I fucking love Ultraman, like tokusatsu and kaiju. It's like my second love after Star Wars, right? It's like I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Ultraman is like, it goes Godzilla and Ultraman, and only because Godzilla, it's like that's
That was your introduction yeah.
Exactly.
King of the Monsters. So.
Yeah, and he's the fucking king of the monsters. I don't need to sit here and explain myself. But Ultraman is bae. That's all I'm saying. And I've watched pretty much every fucking show from 1966 to
You're almost caught up.
I'm like almost caught up. I skipped a couple of the shows from like the early 2000s just because like there's like new shows currently that air on YouTube for free if you want to go check them out. Ultraman Trigger, check it out. But yeah, I wanted to watch those. But seeing that they're doing a movie, like an animated movie like this, very like Spider-Verse and like
the animation's beautiful.
Animation is absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. And voicing Ultraman, voicing Ken Sato, our boy, Christopher Sean.
Yeah.
Christopher Sean. It blew my mind. It's a long story, but Christopher Sean is a homie. We love him. Yeah. We pretty much were exhibiting at this show for a whole weekend, and him and his wife were right next to us, and we hit it off. Like, they're super cool. They're super cool. I call him my grandpa. But anyway, so as soon as I saw that he was the voice, I messaged him and I was like, dude, you have no idea how fucking like
you thought I was obsessed with Star Wars?
I'm freaking out right now that your voice. I was like, first of all, congratulations.
Yeah.
But I'm losing my mind. Yeah. Right. And what's even crazier is a year or two ago when the Rise of Ultraman comics by Marvel started coming out, I literally told Bella.
You did.
Tell me what I told you.
No cap. You were like, you know who would be a really good Ultraman casting? Christopher Sean. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I didn't really know the character.
I'm not saying I manifested this. I'll let you decide.
You're welcome.
I'm just saying.
You're welcome.
But no, I'm so excited for this. This one they did not give us a date for. They just said 2024, which is pretty rude. But maybe I'll just ask Christopher.
Hey, give me an inside scoop.
When's it
so I know when to dress up as Ultraman and be at the movie theater.
Exactly. Oh my God. All right. Well, there's still a lot to talk about. There's still so many projects that we're excited for. So much we need to catch up on.
Yeah.
But I think we're out of time for this week.
Yeah.
Because Chuck is a bitch.
Oh, bro. Let me be.
No, he's cool.
Look at this paper.
He's cool.
Look at this paper.
Chill out.
No.
Chill out.
All these notes.
Yeah.
No.
Whatever. You're still.
All right.
Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you guys for being here, for fucking supporting not just the show but the strike.
Yeah.
As you know, as we altered our programming to stand in solidarity for all this time.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys are the realest. We appreciate you guys, and we fucking did it.
Yeah.
We fucking did it. And again, congratulations to everybody that fucking that rocked it at the picket lines, that did everything they needed to do to make sure that we got here, right?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna change everything for creatives everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's setting up, like you said, it's setting a precedent.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, thank you guys. We love you. If there's anything you want to send us, or again, go ahead and comment down below. But if there's anything you want to send us for the show, some memes, topics, anything at all, you can go ahead and send that to punchitchewiepodcast@gmail.com. And also, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're watching, listening. Thank you guys. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.